And a lot of the time people do, say interview, but that's why I named it Chai Together Chat, because it's
Okay.
just a conversation and there's no interview format. It's whatever I'm called to ask and say.
Okay.
It's just natural, but yeah, we're
Mhm.
live. It doesn't
Okay.
matter. So, hi. Great morning, everyone. You are tuning in to Chai Together once again. Today, I am your host and founder, Pratipa Day, and I'm here with Miss Cherri Walston today. How are you feeling?
I
Be honest.
am, well, to be honest, I am a little sleepy because I
Mm,
had guests from out of the country.
yeah.
So we've just been having a great time together. When you get
Mm,
together with your
delicious.
girlfriends, you know how it is. You're chatting, you're laughing, you're trying to catch up, you're loving one another. So, needless to say, I'm a little sleepy.
Yeah, I can tell. And it's like the camera is zoning out as well as if you are sleepy. And I wanted to say that I much needed, so I like to work my body off natural energy in the morning, right? How I went on my nature walk. But then I'm like,
Mhm.
because of the heat possibly and because of the sleep schedule, I was like, I need caffeine. So I
Yeah.
actually made coffee today in my Chai Together mug.
Mm.
And it's like, I need this. Like, let me drink the whole thing.
Yeah, and I didn't have my tea. I love my green tea with honey and lemon.
Mm.
So I didn't have that today. Like I said, I'm just kind of a little off this morning, but I'm going to get it together. Normally, I work out in the morning. I didn't do that either. So you can
Wow.
see I'm a little off kilter, but you know what? We're going to make it happen. We're going to make it do
Mm.
what it's supposed to do today and keep it moving.
I love it. Do you mind me asking how old you are?
Wow. Okay. I am 58.
Wow, because I was gonna say 50s, like 55, but I rather let you, tell the
Yeah.
audience.
I am 58 years young. And that's how I feel,
Wow.
quite frankly.
Wow.
When people ask me, how old, either ask me how old I am or, I
Mm.
just share what my age is. I sometimes I think I said, well, what does 58 supposed to feel like?
Mm.
And because I really feel good in my body. Yes, maybe things are changing,
Mm.
but I still feel energized. I still feel like I have that vitality, that energy. And I think it's really all about who you are and who you choose to be, and you show up that way regardless of what age it is.
I like that because I was just thinking while I was in the restroom, I was like 28. I was like, I'm gonna be 30. Like, that's supposed to be like a number that people fear or like, wow, I'm 30 now. Like, you hit like your midlife or you're old
Yeah.
now. But I don't think like that. But I was just thinking that, wow, I'm going to be in my 30s. Like, not too bad. Like,
Yeah.
28 to 30. Yeah.
Mhm. I think that's awesome because I recall turning 30 and I panicked
Mm.
because I was at a point in my life where I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do, and not only who I was at the
Mm.
time, and I thought, oh my God, I have done nothing. I'm 30. And so I started hitting the ground running. I finished getting my degree. I went and bought
Wow.
my first home. I mean, and
Wow.
you're 28. I think you
Yeah.
are amazing. You are in a position where you're doing what you're called to do. I was trying to figure
Wow.
it out. But honey, you are at the head of the game.
I know. I do hear that when I first, after I say this, I want to share, with the viewers a bit about you. But
Yes.
when I first, started working with Les Brown's Power Voice Academy, and I dreamed about Proctor, I noticed that there's very few young people, who were completing the program, and I'm the one of the people. I was 27 last year, and I was getting my bachelor's degree while I was in speaking and building Chai Together, and I never stopped. So to have that momentum,
Mhm.
and I realized someone made me realize that if they would have known what I know at the age that I do, like if
Yeah.
they could rewind time, that this is the
Mhm.
prime age for me to be building up. you know, being in my 20s still, like, yeah, late 20s, but at least I woke up now and I have that information about personal development, you know, and speaking, and I'm out here, you know, spreading the work that I do and my name. And a lot of people don't have courage. That's why it's, you know, C.H.A.I together, courage, hope, and imagination. I don't know if you knew that, one journey at a time.
Oh, I love it. I love that.
And so the dia, I painted this myself. So I didn't realize, possibly subconsciously, it's a dia for Diwali. So it's like shining light on mental health journeys. And C.H.A.I together is the name because my mom and I would have C.H.A.I together every day, the Indian tea. So I started my YouTube channel and I named it C.H.A.I together, and I had no videos. And then I joined with Les Brown and I started speaking and I started sharing about, you know, what my mom goes through and what I'm going through as a caregiver. And I came up with, you know, one journey at a time. So I came up with the whole concept, and it actually came to me in a dream as well, if you believe in that. So
I do.
Yeah, I find it to be fascinating. Like, it was a mug that came to me in a dream, but I believe that was a calling. And I don't know if you know about my story, but I said this before in a different live, I believe a solo one, where it was the night of my abortion when I had this dream. And it was a baby, a little brown baby smiling in a mug, and like someone picking the mug up. The next morning I sketched it. And I wrote January 25th, 2020. And I started C.H.A.I together August 31st, I believe. And we're coming up on 1 year anniversary. But then I came out with my mugs a few months later. And the fact that I brought, you know, that vision to life, that started with literally a dream. I think it's Van Gogh who paints, right? Like, he painted his dreams. So it's all about taking action. Like my coach and other people say, take all out massive action.
Yes.
And if I hadn't, and just like, oh, it's a dream. And if I didn't have that calling, right, and feel like it was for a reason, then we wouldn't be speaking right now.
Yeah. Exactly. You are amazing. I celebrate you. That's beautiful.
Cheers. You don't have your green tea though. But, you know, I want to ask you, do you like loose leaf or do you get the packs?
I get the packs, but I want to try the loose leaf.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hear that's much better. That's what I want to, you know, transition to doing the loose leaf. Yeah. I just need all my equipment, you know, all the things that you need to make that happen. Where I do
like a strainer.
You know, all that. I need everything. You know, when I want to do something like that, I want to get all the cute little stuff that goes with it. There's one, so there's a favorite tea shop here where I live, and they have all these nice little themed teapots and all that. So I want the work. Yeah.
I know. I'm very minimal, and I was saying this yesterday in an interview that I do follow minimalism, so I don't need a lot of things. And it's fascinating. I can fit my things into one bag. Like I have a minimalist bag, the pack bag. And I don't own many things. I'm not attached to objects. I actually gave everything away, like all name brands and things before I went to Thailand. And even recently, I just don't need it. And I just gave it to people for free, like watches and purses. Because, you know, this is what happens when you outgrow things and you keep growing as a person, right? I feel I grow every day. That those styles and those things, they align with you just in the moment, like impulsive purchases possibly, but it's not resonating with something permanent that you can see yourself having years down the line.
Right.
So for me, it's like I just need staple pieces and linen quality and different things that will sustain long term, because I'm thinking about the environment now as well. It's like we pollute it so much, but this is a whole different topic. But I'm so passionate about these things because people don't understand. When I lived in Thailand, the amount of trash, you know, that you see in third world countries is mind boggling. I took a picture of it. It was everything's plastic, plastic bottles, plastic bags everywhere on the ground. And it's interesting, as I was leaving, they changed the law in January for a 7-Eleven to not carry plastic bags anymore. You have to bring your own sustainable bag. So that's a very good, it's slowly changing, but surely. But these are the important topics that people may not, shed light on as much. But I feel like it's needed because like we are the change, it's your responsibility. Right? So
exactly.
Hi, Gaia. Thanks for tuning in. So now I'm going to tell the viewers about you. So Ms. Cherri Walston is a life purpose clarity coach, inspirational speaker, and author. She's also the creator of Ignite Your Life's Purpose coaching program for women, which I'm sure is much needed. Women are incredible. So Cherri helps highly ambitious women move from feeling confused and lost, not knowing what their next steps are, to getting clarity around their purpose so they can confidently pursue the life they desire. Wow. When did you start doing this work?
Oh my gosh. When did I start doing this work? This has been a journey because I have evolved over the years. I've been in the coaching arena since I certified 2004. And so I've always had the heart for serving women. And it came, like I said, my personal journey as well. And we'll probably be talking about that.
Yeah.
My background is in training and development. So I've had a 19-year career in training and development. So coaching just came very natural for me as a trainer. Helping people grow and develop and reach their goals and their potentials personally and professionally. And there was one point where I went through a career transition, and I found myself out of a job. And I thought, oh my God, I thought I was on the right track. For me, it was kind of confusing. I was like, I'm in my purpose. And I really was. I was just going through another phase of it. Okay. So during that transitional period, looking for a job, I decided to serve. I went to the Women's Resource Center and I became a peer counselor.
Wow.
Facilitating workshops.
Wow.
So, and I found myself in this space, and that's really where I became a certified coach. And it hit me as like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Wow.
This is it. Because I found myself in a place of transition myself, but I got lost in transition because I was helping someone else through their transition to get to the transformational, to who they wanted to be and where they wanted to go. And so I was like, I love this. This is what I'm supposed to do. Yeah. So that's where it came from, helping other women. And when those women who were in pain, whether they were, going through a divorce, lost a job, losing, needing a place to live, all those different things. And we were there to support them and to direct them to those resources. But what Cherri was doing was I started coaching them. Getting them to visualize and start thinking about goals so they can start taking actions toward what they want. And that's where all that was born.
Was that in your 30s?
Ooh, let me look, honey. Let me go back. No, well, you know what? That was, I was 40. I think I just turned 40.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's never too late.
It's never too late because by traditional standards, I started my career late. I didn't know what I wanted to do until I was age, I think it was like 35 to 36.
Wow.
Yeah. Honey, and I hit the ground running when it came to me. And I kind of knew in a sense, but I had a lot of fear. I was afraid to really show up and be Cherri.
Wow.
because I didn't know who I really was and how amazing I am because I appreciate it. And I say that, you know what? I say that not in a conceited way. I
Mm.
say that because I know who I am. I know what my DNA is, my divine natural abilities. So
Mm.
I can feel confident because of my journey where I've been, and I know who I am. And so
Wow.
that's a good place to be. Honey, I struggled to get there now. I couldn't say this with confidence, like 10, maybe
Mm.
20 years ago. But now I can say it and feel okay to say it. And it's not that I'm elevating myself, but I just know who I am.
I really like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm
You
cool with
know,
it.
yeah, because a lot of the time, we're taught in their 20s figure it all out, but it's a lot of the times people who do have their careers and all together in their 20s end up being miserable, in their 30s, 40s onwards, or being stuck in a place they don't want to be because they rushed into something, or family pressure, different pressures, or a need for income. But the thing is, we only get one life. So now I'm realizing that, because
Yeah.
yesterday I was saying it's really funny. It's sometimes, I can apply to jobs, but it never comes through for me. And that's for a reason. Like, no one calls me because if they knew Pratibha Day does all of this, why would they want to hire me and pay me something like that?
Yeah.
If my products are worth more than what I would get paid an hour, I would need to get like 3 hours pay for one of my products.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have all that on my resume, but it'd be really interesting to,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it'd be a downgrading myself, for, there's nothing wrong with, job, but it's like, if I already have come this far, it's like to build on this rather than go backwards.
Yes.
So that's just my perspective. But as for you, I feel I've heard many stories about ladies in hair salons and such where they met their partner in their 30s, 50s, got married in, 50s, 60s,
Yeah.
and even having girlfriend, boyfriend at that age. And, society, depending on people's traditional views, may look at that as if it's not a good example. But who really knows what a good example is?
True.
Nothing's set in stone.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do what's good for you, and that's why I think it's so important to know who you are.
Mm.
Know who you are, understand who you are. You can make the best choices for you, and
Yeah.
not what other people think. Yeah,
I
yeah.
really like that. So do you feel you became unapologetically you in your 40s after you discovered your life's purpose?
Yes, yes. I started becoming comfortable with myself.
Mm.
And not that I didn't have fears, because I always tell people it's not that I mastered this fear.
Mm.
I mastered how to handle it and walk in courage, and that's how.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's not fear; it's just the courage
Mm.
to. There's a quote by, oh my gosh, Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yeah.
I think it's something that goes like this: "You must do the thing you think you cannot do."
Mm.
Huh, yes, and that's always stuck with me.
Mm.
Always stuck with me. And so that's kind of how I travel. Okay,
I
I'm
really
scared.
like it.
I'm
So do you
scared, but
so
I'm gonna do it.
so did you have support during that time? Like, are you married? Do you have a family and kids and all of that? Woo! She's like, no.
No, well, let me tell you, I was married for a brief time. That's like in my early 40s.
Wow.
But I don't have children. So no, my mom was probably like my mentor because my
Mm.
mom is such a courageous woman.
Wow.
Raised two children. I'm originally from Philadelphia. Was born there, and
Oh,
then
yay.
my parents split up. So my mom, we came here to North Carolina,
Mm.
and my mom is just like this amazing woman who was so courageous and stepped out on her own, and she started her own business, with two children. And so I think that I just had a good role model. I saw the courage my mom had. I saw the fight she had in her. I
Wow.
saw the confidence she had in her. And I always wished I had that confidence and courage like my mom. And so I
Mm.
think I just learned how to act like I had it. It was already in there. I started acting like I had it. And just so it just
Mm.
became developed into who I am today.
So who is it that did you have people around you to support you during that time of those transitions? Like, or did you feel alone?
I think I was kind of a unique individual, like my because
You
I was
are.
a personal development junkie. So not everybody was like that, during that time. So
Mm.
I was always, going to love bookstores. I would go to the bookstore, it felt like I was in heaven. I didn't know where to it's like, oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by all this knowledge. So I enjoyed reading. I enjoyed going to seminars or workshops
Yeah.
and just watching, other people and other women that I may have admired, even, in the community in my church, and how they carried themselves. And so
Mm.
I just paid attention. And I noticed that, the girls my age around me weren't thinking like that. Even when I was in high school, getting ready to
Mm.
go to college, I remember one best friend, and that's probably why we kind of separated because,
Mm.
she said, I said, what do you want? She said, well, I just want to have kids. I just want to get married and have kids. So I was like, okay, but that's not what I want to do. I visualized
Wow.
myself, having my own place, being a professional woman, maybe having
Mm.
my own business. So we had a 2 day, and not to say that hers wasn't great for her, that was
Mm-hmm.
for herself, and that was okay. But I noticed that, we were just so different. And I noticed how I was just separating from some friendships because I had a higher aspiration for myself. Didn't
Mm.
really know really what that looked like and what I would be doing. It's just that I knew that I wanted more.
Mm.
So, yeah.
As a woman, you wanted more than just, the label society puts, have
Yeah.
kids, get married. You're
Mm-hmm.
different.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So do you feel like you'd adopt now?
No, I
No.
do. I have wonderful nieces and nephews that I can just
Mm.
love on them. And then when it's
Mm.
time to go, it's time to go.
I love it. So tell us about your eyes. I know you wanted to speak about your eye condition. Tell us all about that.
Sure. Oh my God, it's very complex.
Mm.
When I was in probably my late 20s, I started having some visual issues. I remember driving one day and it seemed like everything just seemed to be cloudy. It's like this
Yeah.
cloud or this film over my eyes. And I was like, okay, what's that? I'll go get some Visine. I was just dropping Visine in my eyes. It wasn't going anywhere. I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to go to the doctor, the eye doctor.
Mm-hmm.
I went to see an optometrist. He's like, I need you to schedule an appointment to see an ophthalmologist. I was like, what is that? I couldn't even say it at the time.
Mm.
Ophthalmologist? Okay, that's scary. Something must
Yeah.
be really serious. So I went to see an ophthalmologist, and he told me I had this condition called uveitis.
Mm.
Didn't know what the heck that was. I had to have a lot of blood tests, tests to try to see what was going on inside my body because they didn't know what caused it. And so nothing showed up, but I was being treated for this condition, and from that condition, I got cataracts from that, glaucoma, and so
Wow.
and cornea issues. So and that's why I said I'm very complex. I have some complex things going on, and but I've never let that get in the way of my vision inside myself. I always, tell people I don't live by my outer vision circumstances. I live by
Mm.
my light.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's about living from the inside out. And that's why having a vision is so important. And see, I always say, I said, God has a funny way um, of doing things. Because when I was a young girl, I always, I visualized who I wanted to be and how I wanted to, show up in the world. This, lady
You
and
are not 58.
how you carry yourself and all that, and how I was going to speak. So I always had this vision of myself, and I did that a lot because I was bullied and teased.
Mm.
So it was like a way of escape. And so I think my family thought I was strange because I would always go to a quiet place and I'd probably just sit and kind of stare out, in which I didn't realize I was reflecting and visualizing. I didn't know
Wow.
that. That's what it was called. But the interesting thing is, I was practicing visualization as a young girl, not knowing when I became an adult that I was going to be challenged by my outer vision, my eyesight.
That'll
So
make a great story, like a great book.
you know what? Thank you. I might have to do that.
Or even for like a kid's book, that's
Yeah.
very inspirational.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. That might be something I might do. But that's how I chose to show up in the world. So, I'm visually impaired. That's what they tell me, okay? But I tell myself I'm visually inspired.
Ooh, yes, girl.
I'm visually inspired. So there's a difference. Impaired, sounds broken, and you don't have the ability to do anything. And I see it as I just have a different ability. And so my challenges may be peripheral. I may have some centrals going on in one eye, cornea issue. As you may can see, I have 2 different color eyes. That's what makes me unique. So, but it's really how I choose to see it. And I love quotes when I can remember them. So there's a quote,
Right.
there's a quote that goes, it says, the voyage to discovery is learning to see things with new eyes. So I had to learn how to see myself with new eyes.
Wow.
And just create and continuously create the life that I wanted. I may have to make some adjustments, do things a little differently, but that's okay.
Wow. I have to say, you're so calm, and your whole spirit is just, that you fully accept yourself, and you love yourself. Like, who you are now. Like, I can definitely sense that. You speak it so eloquently and just so graceful. Like, yes, I have this, but that's not what it is. This is what it is for me and my definition. I really like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Were you always like that from the beginning when you discovered what it was, or did it take you time to build up to that confidence?
It took me time because when I started out in my career as a trainer, I did corporate training, leadership, and all that. You know what I mean? So I remember getting my first job right after graduate school, and I had to travel, and I was like, okay, I was driving. I'm not driving now. I was driving, but I really couldn't drive at night. So I remember traveling. I had to travel to Denver. This is my first assignment. I was like, okay, I'm a little nervous now. You got to take me out of my comfort zone. I got to drive a car in Denver. Oh my God. And when they told me, they said, well, you're going to have to drive 45 minutes to your destination. I thought I was going to freak out. I thought, okay. I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. So fly into Denver. It's 11 o'clock at night. My flight was delayed.
Oh my God.
Now I'm challenged, okay, visually. And I was like, I can't stay at the airport because I'm, that's dangerous. And I was like, okay, thanks, Cherri. What are you going to do? So, I said, okay, get a hotel, get a shuttle to a hotel, come back and get your car in the morning. So that's what I did. And, when I think about those things, the things that I did to navigate the challenges that I was having, and I told no one knew.
Oh my God.
Because I was afraid that I may be discriminated, that they may think that I don't have the capability. And
That's true.
It's very true. So I overcompensated a lot. A lot of people didn't know. They didn't know that I'm scanning where I am. I'm noticing, okay, it's a step down. I'm doing all these things. And when I'm training or teaching, I know where to stand, where I might see what's the best side for me. Oh, honey, I was working it.
Oh my God.
Nobody
Wow.
Nobody knew. So when I traveled a lot, they said, "You want a car?" I said, "No, I don't want a car." I said, "I'll just, I'll get a taxi, whatever." They said, "Okay, however you want to do it." So I learned how to navigate my challenges and overcome those obstacles for a long time. Yeah.
You and I are the same. I don't drive either. I haven't driven in 2 years. But that's because, I was living abroad, but also for the reason I feel like I would need a car first. Second, I would need lessons again, I feel. And I wouldn't want to drive in this environment anyways. People have road rage and are very rude. And, I just rather not. Like, I just, I rather just take a Lyft or Uber and, not have the responsibility of a vehicle.
So I'm okay with it. I get where I need to be.
Yeah. So how is that in North Carolina? Is there like transportation?
Yeah, there's transportation. There's different types of car services.
Yeah.
For ADA.
For you, yeah.
Yeah. So they're
hey, take advantage. Listen, you pay your taxes, girl.
Honey, yes. And then I may have some amazing friends, some people who aren't working, maybe retired, and say, "Oh, I need something to do." Okay.
Wow. No, that's very true. When I wasn't doing Try Together Lives recently this past month, and I wasn't, I felt a sense of loneliness, and someone mentioned to me they felt like something was missing online. Like, where's that girl? But it's all a journey. It's like sometimes we need to step away and take care of ourselves in emergencies and things and come back to it's all about serving community, right? And helping one another. But if you don't take care of yourself first, it's not as well. And you don't have to explain yourself to someone. I learned that too. I don't have to explain anything to anybody. Like, I'm a grown woman.
Yes. That's probably why I couldn't go back to corporate America after 3 years ago,
Yeah.
I think now. And my position phased out.
Oh, wow.
And and I thought, well, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
So this is this step, because I'm thinking like I'm trying to get out of here anyway.
See, it worked out.
It worked out. And I remember I thought, well, should I look for a job? Every time I would look for a job, my stomach would hurt.
I hear that about corporate America. I've never worked in corporate America, but it is savage. Everyone that I do know who works in it, they are miserable. They either don't have the time or they're just unhappy because it's micromanagement and just you have to fake it.
Yeah.
The
beauty part about me, what I did, I loved what I did. I had no problem with the position and what I did and how I served, showed up, and helped the employees.
Yeah.
It's the shenanigans of leadership.
Yeah.
It is the thing, the culture. So I was fine what I did. I mean, I loved it.
Yeah, that's right.
I was able to create my position.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved it. It was just, I just felt like it was at this stage, this season in my life, I need freedom.
Yeah.
Honey, I'm free. just as free as I want to be, and I love it. So I get to think, I get to do the things that I love to do, to coach women who are experiencing unexpected transitions,
Yeah.
and what do and
You
to
know,
new purpose.
yeah, one question that I had, you stated professional women who, feel lost.
Mm-hmm.
So it's women who are in their business who feel lost,
Okay.
right?
And here's the thing, I'm transitioning myself.
Wow.
So the message hasn't changed. It's about purpose, creating that purpose, and having a thriving life, doing what you're called to do. What has shifted is who I'm serving. I'm serving women, but I'm serving those women like myself. And they could be professionals, women who have maybe gone through crisis in their health, gone through a divorce, or empty nesters, or a retirement, an unexpected transition.
Like yours.
Like mine.
Yeah.
I've dealt with the vision issues, the health, the divorce, losing jobs in my career. I understand what that looks like. And sometimes it's like, oh my God, what do I do? And so now I want to help them. Okay, what do we do in the aftermath of this? Sometimes you find you learn who you are, and that's when you discover a purpose. And sometimes some women didn't know what their purpose was until they've gone through the unexpected transition.
See? Yeah, it just hits you. Because otherwise you wouldn't move if something like that did not happen. There's no emotional impact.
No, exactly.
So I want to ask, how is your vision now?
My vision, I have really good days, and some days are, a little murky, but that's okay. We just kind of show up and shine and do what I need to do.
Wow. And were your eyes two different colors from the beginning since you were born?
No, I really, you know what? Here's the funny thing. Several years ago, I was playing with my niece in Atlanta, and she was just all in my face like this. So I think she was probably like 6 years old. She was like, Riri, you have a blue eye and a brown eye. I said, no, baby, no, I don't. She said, yes, you do. Wow. And so I didn't really notice that. And I asked my brother, I said, what color? He said, oh, you do. And I thought, well, I didn't know that. And some people told me that they noticed it and they thought it was just unique. Wow. And so I asked my doctor about it. I said, what happened? Because I don't think it really started happening until I started having cornea issues. And so it's some kind of, he said my eye is really brown, but whatever it is that's going on, it just changes the color of my eye. So
I guess that's the beautiful thing about it.
Honey, that's what makes me unique.
I love it. You look unique and your whole personality is unique. So what do you have a big, dream, for the program you offer for women? What work do you want to do, or do you do now,
Thank you for asking that. My big dream is to help women who are experiencing something, that's what may be traumatic, and they feel like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know what my life looks like now. Mm-hmm. And this is the woman that I want to support, and I want to help her see, if you will, that there is a purpose in the aftermath. Wow. And I want to show her what that looks like by creating a vision that excites her and where she's ready to go out and live her life, the life that she's called to live. Because we all have a divine purpose. We just maybe have not tapped into that. It's there. And sometimes we find that in the mess, in the pain. It's there if we look at it with new eyes.
Wow. It's so poetic. It's like we can just listen to you all day because the way you speak, it's so calm and mellow. You can even do just an idea, like recordings, like motivational recordings, like daily inspirational recordings, and send out to your community, just ideas. Like, because I do listen to certain podcasts where, someone's speaking a mellow voice. His name's Hines, Hindz. He speaks very mellow. Every day he makes like short messages, and you can fall asleep to that encouraging voice, like, okay, it's good to go to bed.
Okay.
Listen.
Oh my gosh.
And how do you, like, when and how do you come across these women? Like, is it hard for you to find, like, know if you don't have a conversation with them? Like,
I'm finding a lot of women on Facebook. I just reaching out, like you, my beautiful sister, just reaching out and connecting. And now, especially because due to the pandemic, now I used to be out all the time speaking. That was different, but now we're kind of in a different space. So everything is basically done virtually. So just really being connected in other groups, and connecting with other women who have vision or desire to have something, to tap into their greatness. And so those are the women that I love to connect with.
I like that. And is it about, numbers for you? Because I feel like for me, for this kind of work, even like one person or 5 people, even that number, it's like the value you give and the life that you change and support. People need support to move forward, because if I didn't have support last year, or all of you, there would be no community for C.H.A.I Together. So if it's not for the people, so do you feel like even one person is like enough? Like,
you know what? And, and I've heard people say, you only just need a small number of people to tap and touch them. And then those people will tell other people.
It's true. It's word of mouth.
It's word of mouth. Yeah. Yeah. And that's how my mom created her business. My mom, she didn't know anything about marketing, social media, nothing. She's 85 today. She's still getting calls.
Wow. And what was her business? I mean, what's her
interior decorator? She makes draperies and all that. Yeah.
I know someone, shout out to Miss Mel Walton. She does home decoration as well. And she built her business from scratch. She's older. I'm not sure how old, but in your age range. And until this day, she's still doing what she loves. So, and she, she's before my time, but still, like, the fact that she built that, and, and she's just not great at marketing and stuff, but just word of mouth, talking to people. They're like, oh, I bought a new home. Like, and it's like, there you go. Like, it's that simple.
It's that simple. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
your mom is the bomb. You're the bomb.
She is the bomb. Thank you. And I want to, and thank you for, encouraging me about, doing those messages, because, and about,
I would subscribe, like, the text community, you can have a separate number and have people subscribe. I have to do this myself. And, to get daily messages, I'm subscribed to Trent Shelton. If you know of him, he's a motivational speaker.
Trent Shelton? Okay, I'm going to...
You maybe saw him, but don't know his name, in ads and things.
I know him. Yes.
He wears the hat with the tattoos.
Oh, that's him.
And makes the videos in nature. Yeah.
Okay.
It's interesting. I actually sent him, he had 2 deaths in the family. His mom and his grandma passed at the same time. And I remember I sent him ketchup, because he said, if people you care about me, send me ketchup, in his podcast. So I actually messaged his assistant, executive assistant, and she gave me his P.O. box, and I gifted him ketchup. Like,
oh, wow.
Because he said if I was on my deathbed, I would want ketchup. So I sent him 6 bottles of ketchup. I know, it's like, it's different, but it's something unique, right? It's something he would remember. So it's because that's one of the people who, I have his books. It's someone I, support his community for long. And it's like, I know that one day I can collaborate with him. Like, that's one of my goals. You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm getting my foot in there. So you plant those seeds and be like, like Brenda, that's his assistant, who sent me that ketchup that one time. Oh, let me check. Oh, it was this girl. Like, you just never know. You know, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen.
Right. That's true. That is so true. Yeah.
But for you, yeah, like so many great things can be done even from home. Like I can see you, you know, having your own meetings and voiceovers or whatever you may want to do, because the way you speak is just so calm and mellow. And it's really, I can see how it would support women, you know, with your nurturing nature. Like you're just like a big hug. Like I can just, like, when I think of you, I think of like you just like hugging women and being there for even like younger women like myself.
Yeah. Well, and that's, you know what, that's so me. And that's just how I am.
Yeah, you're like, come here, baby. Like, yeah.
Yes, that's that. You know what? That's just my spirit, and that's just my makeup. So, and thank you for saying that, because you know you're the second person who told me they could listen to me. I did a presentation to a women's group, and they said the same thing, that they could sit and listen.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, and then you just said it. I'm like, oh, is there something to this?
Yeah, it's almost an hour. You know, can you believe it?
Has it been an hour?
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, you know, when you enjoy yourself, time goes fast. As Sadhguru says, when you're miserable in life, you're not doing what you want, time feels slow, like a slow death. So that's how you know, like, this is what you love to do. You know?
Okay. Okay.
It was great having you on. Do you want to leave the community with something else you want to wrap up with, or where they could find you?
Sure. You know, I want to say that, you know, it's so critical to have a vision for your life.
Ooh.
Because when you have a vision for your life, and when I'm talking about a vision, an inner vision, seeing beyond 2020, what you want, you will find that you will have an amazing life. And that vision will help you overcome the challenges and the obstacles that you're facing. Because when you have something look towards, you know, than just your situation, your outer vision, circumstances, whatever that might be for you, with a vision will propel you to move forward. So I want to leave you with that. And you can find me on social media at Highly Ambitious Women. You can reach out to me, Cherri Walston at gmail.com as well.
I like that. I like that.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. Get rest. And wow, it's so cool to have, you know, your guests from Germany. So that's amazing.
Yeah. Yes. It was fun. This was great. This was wonderful. And thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your community and to share.
It's incredible that I've created this. You know, it's been 9 months. The fact that I started with one video and now it's like so many guests, and, you know, people can be themselves. And when my first video I wrote in the captions, I want it to be home, because I come from, you know, broken home. I never had, you know, a good home situation. So this is my home. And I remember someone reviewed, you know, a testimonial saying it felt like home. I'm like, yes, like that's exactly what I wanted. That means, you know, pause, but never give up, you know, like never stop this, because, you know, you may remember this, you know, other people may remember watching this, like it may make an impact on someone. So if you don't speak up, you don't show up. Like nothing will happen. If I hadn't seen Les Brown 8 years ago, you know, I wouldn't have been in his program, and I spoke on stage with, you know, him virtually twice. And I wouldn't have done that if no one told me about him. Right. So you have to share information. Yes. So cool. Yes. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.